Hello my friends, Al Furtado, the Rebel Turner, and I'm back with a little quick turning that should be somewhat a nice little hollow vessel, side grain oriented. Make sure I wiggle it and apply pressure. Wiggle, apply pressure. And that way the teeth start working their way into the bark. Now it still might wear itself up depending how aggressive I'm turning, and if I get, I wouldn't call it a catch even though it is a catch. But it's not a dangerous catch. When people think of catches, they always think like, oh my god, like the worst can happen. And me going aggressive and stalling the lathe, it's control that I'm having with the tool. Not really an issue. It's just I'm being a little bit too aggressive with it. But in no way, shape, or form am I endangering myself whenever I come to an area and the lathe comes to a stop. Dangerous catches are usually inside. When you're inside and you're between the walls and you get a catch and the tool has nowhere to go, or it's not, where the lathe does not stall, it just keeps on going with that violent catch and you lose control. So, on a case like this, instinct is to come out from here and start going out. And what's happening is, as I'm going out, this is flaking up. So of course when I get out here, the bark is also flaking out. I might leave some of this bark on the top section, seeing that I'm going to be creating as a hollow vessel. But I think that if I go from here, it will somewhat give me a better control on my cuts until I start shaping something that's going to look more or less like a ball. Slow it down. This is 530 RPM. Now, I'm already taking so before I go too far, I can see how much I'm taking from here and not enough from here. So the piece is not really centered as well as it could be. So before I go too far, I'm going to back this up and twist this towards me. So therefore, it should give me a bit better. I was pretty good this way, from side to side. I just was not very good on end to end. So right now, this should be a little bit closer to center. On the piece. So you can see, without moving my finger, that I'm hitting this, so that will be cutting, and I'm not touching this. In the middle, well, it's same thing. Same speed. 550 RPM. And I believe this woods to be Bradford pear. Good all the way around. Now I can work with it a little bit better. And it should be a little bit more balanced, so I'll increase the speed maybe to 650 RPM. is increased to 1600 RPM. This is 80 grit and steel wool. And let's see what we get out of this with an OB Shine Juice friction polish. There were no steps taken in between. Now I made sure that I did not have any tool marks or any areas that were grayed out from the sandpaper. You know, those are hard to get off if you don't spend enough time with that 80 grit. And if you have them and you are stepping the grits and you don't get rid of it on the first one, which is your 80 or your 120, whatever you're starting off with, you're not going to get rid of those as you progress and go through the steps. So the thing is, do as much sanding as you can with that 80 grit, which is what's giving you that quick cut and bringing it to the state that you want it to be. So let's go. Just apply the Yorkshire Grit. I got good coverage on it. It's not caked up or anything like that, but it's got a good amount. Gonna buff it up, sand it down, starting off at about 1000 RPM or so, while you're pressing, really pressing your paper towel into it. And that sand, that Yorkshire Grit is starting to break down and do its job. Then, 1500, depending on the size of the piece, of course. Just because I'm spinning at 1500 RPM here does not mean if you're running a 16-inch bowl that you can do that. All within reason. All based on the size of your piece. But I'm getting some heat out of this, and I know that I got a pretty decent finish on this. How decent? Let's go with the Yorkshire Grit and see how decent. I mean with the OB Shine Juice. If you wonder how do I make OB Shine Juice, if you go to my last video, I actually put a section in the middle of it where I was actually making a batch of this stuff. Maybe you saw it, maybe you skipped it, I don't know. But if you want to see it, just jump to it and watch the video. If this comes out good, this is kind of a new development on being able to finish without spending a ton of time and a lot of sand. By no means, don't think that I came up with this OB Shine Juice, or else it would have been the Rebel Juice. I got this formula, it's used widely by a lot of woodturners. First person I saw using this and who gave the formula that I took it from was Captain Eddie Castle. I think everybody that uses this product has done some video on how to make it up, and that nobody changes the formula per se, but everybody has their little own tricks that they do to their demonstration. I've seen people do it where they get scales on the setup and to put it up precisely to the mixture. It's 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Going in reverse so I can get in there behind the shoulder. Oops. tenon broke off. So, therefore, when the tenon broke off nice and clean, that's the drawback of doing side grain. It caught up on the edge and I lost the bark. So therefore, this piece is gone. But the thing behind this piece was actually the finish with just 80 grit and OB shine juice. And you can see that the piece, even looking at the side angles, top and bottom, even over here, where the light reflection, you really don't see any sandpaper marks. And same thing, you look through this bright light that's reflecting over there, it's the same thing over there. And it's just clean all the way. 80 grit and OB shine juice. Is it a super polish, super shiny? No. But you want super shiny, if you want super shiny, spend a little bit longer sanding through all the grits. 80 grit, steel wool, and Yorkshire Grit with the OB shine juice finish. It is a shame that I let go. Now, I really wanted, if I wanted to finish this, I could get this back on, make a new tenon on this, put it up and continue and forget the natural edge. But that's not right now what I'm in the mood to do. So I'll be back with the next turning. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.